takes off and gets a positive gain.
And now on second down for this offense. To the ground with the back. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. And you really can't be called the Hogs if you're not willing to grind it out in the dirt.
Yeah, and I love calling the offensive linemen the hog mollies. In Arkansas, in that beautiful state, you're going to find a bunch of big, strong individuals. And the identity of that team is usually built on those guys up front.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll ride the hot hand. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. After run, now throw. The quick out. At the 35, he's open. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all of the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
Looking for space. It's Jackson.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll try the run. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. And they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll throw it on first down. Now he's going to break the pocket. It's a fumble. Now the defense has got it going the other way. He's loose down the left side. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. The defense takes matters into their own hands.
And that's just the guy you want to find that football. The ball's loose. Who do you want to do? One of your little fast guys. The defensive back picks it up and turns on the afterburners. Takes it all the way back for the touchdown.
They're just about to kick it off after that scoop and score 6. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start racing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. He wants to throw. Buys a little extra time. Finds the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Second down coming up. Looking to pass. It's Green. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. He lets it fly. And he's got it inside the 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Ready to try the point after. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they light up the scoreboard, covering 65 yards on that touchdown pass. The kickoff unit about to go to work. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep the...
Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
Looking downfield, it's Green. They're bringing heat. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Arkansas.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He tries to take the top off. And he hauls it in inside the 30. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. Splits the uprights, it's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
The Razorbacks want to crank the tempo. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? And the defense knew exactly where that 1st down line was, and they stopped him short.
At the 26, offense facing 4th down.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. After the earlier field goal, they'll try again, this time a 43-yard attempt. Never a doubt. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll bring it out. It's Hill. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Send that offense back onto the field. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on 4th basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on 4th down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
Looking to throw, it's Green. Fires to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
That's a really nice looking throw, and I'll tell you, he fits in great with this offense because there's been this philosophical shift recently in the SEC offensively. It used to be you had to run the football. I formation, 3 yards in a cloud of dust if you wanted to win. But today, though, you have got to be able to throw if you're going to win. Think about all the great offensive play callers now in the SEC, all the Heisman Trophy winners that have played recently at the QB position. You got to do it through the air, and this guy in Arkansas gives them a chance.
And the Razorbacks getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He's moving out of the pocket. Unleashes one. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. But sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Quarterback adapted. And the ball's on the ground. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
How do you not love the guts of this offense? Fourth down, it's just another down, and what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point gives him a 1-point lead here in the fourth. So a drive there of 84 yards. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. Just about set to kick it away. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
On the run, it's Haynes. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Alabama pushing the tempo. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. Quarterback gets enough. At the 35, he's loose. And how about that run? A huge gain and the slide at the end. They have just bloodied their nose on this drive, all on the ground. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets to give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
The give to the back. Thrust that arm out. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Power football with the run. Hard running there.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team. When you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles, it's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy as that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
They go to the ground. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Alabama.
This game will come down to this, a field goal try to save them. It'll all be decided right here, win or lose on this kick. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. Sometimes it's just...